Party people in the place to be, live from 58 Dream Street. We're Jamesin' with Games. Happy Saturday, folks. Oh my, starting a little later than I normally do, and a fair bit sleepier than I normally would be. And I feel like I've got a Dutch angle here. That'll do. That'll do. So here we are. It's Saturday. Yeah. Yeah, I made the saving throw, so it was only 3d6 damage, fire damage to the stash. Um, oh my, what a week! Haven't been on here since Sunday last when we played Serpentile. We knew that Greg and James Beat 'em Up was going to be canceled because of design project presentations, which occupy an awful lot of my time in the last week of November every year. We were going to do Friday Night Frosthaven on Thursday against all sense of self-preservation on my part, because my Thursday was do as much work as I possibly could between 9 and 11 and then run over to do presentations, to evaluate presentations, which my role is, the group of 4 or 5 students gets up and they start talking for 8 minutes, and I try to write them each a paragraph of feedback, telling them what they're good and bad at as presenters and where they should try to focus to become their best selves as public speakers. And yeah, so I had to run over there for a 6-hour block, 11:30 to 2:30, and then 2:30 to 5:30. Although there was blessedly a small lab group for the 11:30 to 2:30, so it only went 11:30 to 1:30, and I managed to get some lunch. Oh, nice. That's awesome. I am in bad need of having more sportsy days, but that's coming. That's my goal. My dream is to start the fight back on either Monday or Tuesday next week. So I'm not even waiting for New Year's resolution time. And then right at 5:30 on Thursday, I had to run from one campus to another to deliver my last class to those first year students. And my plan had been to then rush home at 7:30, maybe eat supper, do a setup, and then do Friday Night Frosthaven on Thursday. But then Greg wasn't available. And I said, well, maybe this is for the best. But yeah, so here we are. We're back. It's Saturday. I have a hard stop, so I should get going in a moment, but just a little bit more ado. The mustache thing is painful now because look at this. This is so when this thing is normal. That's a good idea. Swimming is also, for folks of our age, Stimpinski, a great form of exercise to ease back in with, because you can't get much more low impact than exercise that you do while floating in the water. Not at any point contacting the ground really hard again and again and pushing off. Things like that. Things of this nature. And of course, it's fun. But yeah, it's been a week since I shaved this thing. And when it's in, I have to trim it multiple times a week because it grows over my lips so fast. So I really thought I'd have a better regrowth rate than this. It's very frustrating, especially because the reason I shaved it was to do that drag night for the students. And I don't know, it lit the fire. I am going to do more drag. So I was really kind of hoping that I'd have a really quick regrowth rate so that I can switch back and forth more easily. We'll see. Who knows? The other nice thing, though, the new, because okay, so I went and I did the drag thing, and like I got the best reaction of the night probably, but that's not like I certainly didn't have the best act. I had the oh my god, it's our teacher and he's being a really good sport, and also has surprisingly good, at least like drag look. But then if they do another one in the winter, which they're planning to do, I assume I'll get invited back. And then I can't coast on the novelty. So I got to do a good job and like prepare, which means, among other things, I got to be in shape. So I'm going to use that as motivation. We'll see. But separately, I need time to develop the character. But I was already planning one sort of in-character RP, like roleplay type stream. I really did, Stupinski. It's totally normal, like almost 40-year-old cisgender straight guy stuff to suddenly be like, I want to be a drag queen. But here we are. Here we are. I guess like as far as midlife crises go, it's less expensive than a sports car. But yeah, when I play you might not be surprised that when I play tabletop role playing games, I'm the kind of player who like comes up with a voice and like I don't power game. I try really hard to role play. And so as soon as I saw myself in the drag look, I kind of character formed in my mind. So I was already planning an in-character stream in a sense for 2025 when I do the anti-hero run in Quest for Glory. That the character would just be me, but I'm being like a jerk. But I'm thinking maybe in 2025, Jamie with games now and then. That might be fun. I don't know. I don't want to make any promises. All right, that's enough ado. Let's play Space Quest 4, Roger Wilco, and the Time Rippers. Roger Wilco and the Time Rippers, Space Quest 4. Here we go. Let's restore a game. Thank you for asking. That's a really nice thing for them to offer us. Hold on. Let my mouse go free, please, so I can adjust my screens here. So I got to say, it's early days yet. So who knows? But so far, I'm feeling like this game is already in the running for being one of my favorite adventure games. And perhaps, yeah, like will it eclipse the heights of the Quest for Glory series? Maybe not. But in terms of just like pure adventure, this is really doing it for me so far, which is especially surprising because I tend to favor the text parser style. Okay, so we're at the mall. I'm not sure I remember why Roger has no pants on. But we're at the mall. And, okay, so what I have to do is what I believe I need to do right now at the mall is acquire a blonde wig so that Roger can fool the not very sophisticated biometrics on an ATM to let him steal from one of the Latex Babes, which doesn't seem admirable, but I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do, so that I can get more money, so that I can... Wait, was this the place with the... Well, there's no way to find out now. No, we'll just reload. That's what I think... Oh, this is where I'm going to want to come. Let me turn this down a bit in my own ears. Okay. Hail, British. How are you today? Right. Thank you, Rigodeth. Wait, Monolith Burger is not where I want to go right now.
No shirt, no shoes, no service.
That's fair, sir. Excellent. Yeah, this is a great Space Quest so far. And like, I'm inclined to say that I think it's going to just get better. But I guess we'll see. Okay, so I didn't go to the alien big and tall store.
Pardon me, sir. You appear to be in dire need of my services.
Guy sounds like Michelle from Gilmore Girls. Or I suppose that's the other way around.
I'm
I need your
sorry,
services.
I lost my boots and
Oh,
the
right.
legs of my pants in a deadly fight with a giant sea slug, which I won in the nick of time with my clever thinking and my, cleverness.
I see. Well, all right. Let me get your measurements.
Yeah, because I think one must assume that the game isn't going to be. We started in Space Quest 4. We got shot to the future in Space Quest 12. We can come back a little to Space Quest 10. And that's it, right?
Something in the generic space hero line? This will do for you. Try them on in the dressing room here if you wish.
This might be a problem though, because I don't know that I have enough buckazoids to pay for the pants. Worst case scenario, I think we see a funny death, and then we try again.
You change your clothes, not forgetting the items in your pocket. You never know when you'll need them. You step out looking good as new.
So at the very least, this
That would
opens
be
up.
20
Oh ho.
buckazoids, please.
Well, I have 20 buckazoids. Oh, whoops. Lock my mouse here. All right. I really appreciate the Scum VM emulator approach to
Thank you so much for shopping.
trapping
with us,
or
sir.
not trapping the mouse.
Do come back soon.
Okay, excellent. Because in DOSBox, it's like you have a hotkey Control F10 to release the mouse, but if you click back in once, you're just back in locked. But in this, interesting. And hello, Bag of Magic Food. It is, I think, quite often the case that they gotta. It's often a struggle, I think, to get lots of older PC games to work properly, because in the absence of standardized hardware that exists just for playing games, often programmers are coming up with their own tricks to make things work. I don't know that it was the issue in this case, but I heard one thing that was often that like timing in older PC games wound up being tied to the, what am I trying to say? CPU cycles, and so then things just go completely wild if you try to run them. Now, of course, like Scum VM, the scripting utility for Maniac Mansion Virtual Machine Emulator.
Yep, it's synthetic hair.
But can we have it?
These wigs are the latest fashion, if you have a cone head or like the purple haze look.
Hiya, hun. I'm Maebot, fashion consultant to the cosmos. What can we, do with you today?
Well, this is kind of hard to explain.
Oh, let me guess. You want something for someone very special.
Okay, has
Someone
Roger
who's
had
died
the same
in
idea that I have?
intergalactic
Is he
fashion.
doing it for me?
Are we right? Or are we right?
We're right.
Okay. What size does she take?
Oh, 38.
Oh, I don't think we're right about that.
Um, I'm not sure, but she's built about like me.
Is she? A likely story. Good thing for you, I can keep a secret, sweetie.
Okay, so Roger has had the same idea as me. I gotta figure he's gotta wind up with that blonde wig, though. Unless his thought is some different cross-dressing thing.
I'm sure this will suit that special someone's needs.
Hopefully,
It's
I'm not
all
out of
the
money.
range.
Or out of sufficient money to pay. Well, if I am, whatever. We'll load the save, and we won't go
suppose
to
you'll
the big
wanna
and tall
try it
place
on
first.
now. Here, use this dressing room.
Given this robot sales lady's insight,
And honey, if your
Okay, there- I was
special
about to say,
someone needs a wig,
shouldn't she be
this one
recommending a
should look
wig?
pretty good on you.
I gotta add Mae West to my watch list. Old Mae West flicks.
Very lovely, honey. It's made for you. Would you like us to wrap it up? Or would that special someone prefer you to wear it home?
I think I'll wear it home.
Oh my,
Just
Roger.
what we thought.
He has the Madonna
That was
now?
60
That's great.
Buckazoids, sicko.
Hey, hold on now, lady. Alright, hold on. I'm definitely out of money, aren't I? Or insufficient funds. 36. That means I had 56. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Was I game broken from the moment that I played the arcade game? Okay. I think we have to retreat. Fortunately, I had this exact thought. Maybe there is a way to make money, but I don't think so, because the whole reason Roger is disguising himself is to steal money from the Latex Babe. I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, if we went back to now, would I have 60 Buckazoids exactly? Oh my god. Okay. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to go way back. Okay. So I never had 60 Buckazoids. That's a relief. But let's... Okay, so... Well, I guess now I've wrecked it anyway. Let me... I guess I'll pick up from here. And we will say... Let's look for a way to make a quick Buckazoid. Or more. If I find exactly one Buckazoid somewhere, then I will know that the key was to have not made this mistake at all. Yeah, that's true. Monolith Burger pants-gated. There's no plausible way for me to get a bit of a tan in the winter in Nova Scotia without doing tanning beds, which I'm probably not going to do. But the absence of the mustache, it really bugs me how exceptionally pale I am right now. Okay. Just trying to think here. I'm going to go to the arcade again. I don't think the arcade has any like win money opportunities though. Oh, hold on, what's this game back here?
As you look around the arcade, you see that some of your old favorites are still working. Monaco Princess Stunt Driving, Choke and Croak, Ghetto Blaster, and Dweeb Hunter. The air is filled with smoke, sweat, and ozone, reminding you of your favorite cologne, Night in Programming. Gazing at the wastebasket, your impulse, nay, your very instinct.
Okay. I remember that dialogue, but
You resist those inbred custodial.
okay, no. They're not looking for me to make a quick buck picking up garbage. What's this stage?
As you look around the arcade,
Nothing. Okay. There had to be a better way to do that, Roger. That cannot possibly have been the most efficient pathway. All right, well, let's wander around and maybe something will jump out at me. I suppose I should also just, verify whether I have the freedom of movement to leave this place. Or to go down stairs over here? Is there a whole segment of the mall I haven't tried yet? Well, if there is, I ought not to have tried to cut it so close there. Okay, we can reach these stairs. So there's new areas to explore at least. Oh, the skate park. Which is some sort of... it's like an ice hockey table. Not ice hockey. You know what I'm trying to say. Air hockey. But is there any purpose to it except just allowing me to cut around? I don't know. Can I speak to...
talk to yourself. You talk to yourself.
No? Can I get a look at these kids?
The zero-G skaters look to be having fun, but don't get in their way.
They did seem to enjoy playing Spin the Dweeb. I shouldn't have cut the narrator off there. My bad. Well, serves me right. I'm getting dweeb spun now. Okay. So, I think the other big obvious thing to do right now, I can think of two things that I should do before I start really stressing out. The first is just go back to the... Can I leave the mall right now? Or am I embedded in a quest sequence? Because, maybe I missed one spot in the ruined future where I could have bent over and picked up an extra Buckazoid. For that matter, it still feels like I ought to be able to catch the Energizer Bunny in the future. Okay. Verified. We're at the mall because...
Boy, isn't it just like a sequel police cyborg to guard the main entrances and exits?
Okay. Okay. Feels like there's got to be a way to make some money here. Would it be hoping too much to think that the robot sales lady thinks I'm so cute she'll She'll give me a $4 Buckazoid discount. Give that a shot, I guess. Given that we're traveling to multiple different eras, I'm skeptical. I don't think there's going to be 12 or even 9 reflecting all the ones like 4 through 12. But feels very likely that there's at least a few more. And I'd be surprised, given that, if none of them involved... Wait, I shoulda. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Okay, hold on. Loop back around. Or maybe actually... Hold on. No. Step 1. And also... Right, just like in real life, you don't have to patiently wait for the walkway to take you places. Okay. What if Roger can somehow finagle this?
I'm Maebot.
Well,
Oh, are we? Okay.
ooh,
Is she?
When you skip through it quickly, Roger's dialogue suddenly seems real dumb. I can't remember if these are holograms or like
I'm sure this will suit
Mechanized.
special someone's needs.
mechanized. What am I trying to say here? Mannequins.
Suppose you'll wanna
But
try it
either
on.
way, you think they would
Here,
like,
use
you
this
know,
dressing
have
room.
them switch up the pose every now and then. Along similar lines, they foresaw the idea
Honey, if your special someone needs a
that
wig,
instead of carrying around 57 separate Buckazoids in the future, there will be a single coin that stores all of your Buckazoids and can be used like a direct pay. And then separately, there's an
very
ATM card.
lovely, honey. It's made for you. Would you like us to
Doesn't
wrap
do
it
the
up?
same
Or would that
function.
special someone prefer you to?
I think I'll.
Just what we thought.
All right, 60 Buckazoids. Can we get out of this, or do we get a funny
Are
death?
you in need of an auditory exam or what? Pay up, pal.
Okay, can I talk my way out of this?
Stop wasting my time.
Okay, this robot sales lady seemed a lot more likable before we got to the cash register, which, when you think about it, is not very good sales technique. Like if you're gonna have this,
I think you're cute too, but
okay, at least you acknowledged
are
that.
you in need?
Okay, do debit machines exist in the far future?
Nothing happens.
No. All right, well, let's get killed.
You
Oh.
should know by now that
Okay. Hey, kind of them not to murder me. All right, so how's this gonna work? Like, I can't remember any major. I remember at least like there's one unwinnable state that I kind of mentally detected and quickly avoided back in Space Quest 1 when I took the first offer. Okay, I can't go in the software store, right? Oh, I just can now.
Sorry, but the crowd completely cleaned out my stock of Sierra software. The only thing that's left is boring home and business application software, along with a few inferior games. But feel free to look around anyway. If you're here to return something, forget it. We have a strict no returns policy. I'd like to help you out, guy, but you know how corporations are.
Okay, so there's no. Hold on. You sure? Can I trade this
can't
in?
use that
No.
here.
Can we inspect this thing more closely? Yes, we can. It zooms in.
This is just a dumb.
I really feel like the friggin' Energizer Bunny in the far future has to be catchable to provide batteries for this thing. I don't know.
These symbols look
Oh, yeah. No, I've already dealt with this. This is going to be, if I can get the gum off it, the clue that gets me to another timeline. I've recorded the codes for the first two places. Which doesn't matter for now, since we have no way of getting to the place. Imagine if only we could explain to the sales lady. You know, I can get you your 60 buckazoids and a tip. You just got to let me get out of here in these clothes, and I promise I'll come back. I'm an honest guy. I've saved the universe 3 times.
You talk to yourself.
No, I'm trying. Come on.
There is. You talk to yourself. You talk to
Do you seriously? Is that who it seems like I'm trying to talk to? Okay.
a bargain bin.
Let's search through the bargain bin.
It's here at last, with a combination of SAI, simulated artificial intelligence, and VRAI, virtually real artificial intelligence. We at Max This Software have created a simulated simulator experience that's unlike anything you've ever simulated playing before. With SimSim, you can create a simulated environment in which you can create any simulated environment you want.
Well, what's the price? Only 58 buckazoids. Well, I could have bought that back before I played the friggin' arcade games. I think okay, is there more? Okay, resume browsing.
Presenting the latest in the award-winning King's Quest series from the still active mind of aging Roberta Williams III, latest in the award-winning Roberta Williams series. What happens when Old Man Graham and his family are kicked out of Daventry Condo Association? You'll meet the fabulous Bernoulli brothers, Professor C.D. Romberg, and of course Rumpelstiltskin, over 12 gigabytes in length.
Price? Only 66 buckazoids.
Didn't find anything you like.
No, I just forgot which thing I meant to say resume. But also, the salesperson told me they were all out of Sierra. So what's the deal? But can somehow one of these help
brought
me?
you Astro Chicken. When it comes to stimulating chickens, Chuck Egger is the expert. And now you can learn from him. Design the chicken of your choice. Over 40 options including lips, no lips, and laying frequency. And take your creation for a wild ride over real barnyard scenery based on an authentic flight model of a chicken. You're in for a peck of fun now.
How much? 60. Could not have bought that. So the only thing I could have bought so far, which I can't buy anymore because I played Astro Chicken, is SimSim. Feels like probably if there's something I should be looking for here right now, it's going to be the one that's hard to get to.
Andromeda's latest sci-fi comedy, Space Quest 4, will give you hours of frustration unless you have this hint book. Want to know how to get the dog into the hanging basket? Want to find out how to attach the melon? Buy this hint book and it all becomes obvious. You'll hit your head and say, boy, how stupid could I have been? A moron could have figured this out. I must be a real dimwit, a pathetic nimno, a wretched, idiotic excuse for a human being not to have figured out these simple puzzles in the first place. Try it and see.
Feels like this is not actually going to help, but what if it did? Hang on to that anyway.
Head for the hills, it's coming, and this time it's hungry. It Came for Dessert is a thrilling action-adventure in which a mob of pushy, overweight relatives invade your kitchen. Armed with only a Jell-O mold and a pastry bag, you must repel the invaders, always keeping an eye on your blood sugar level. It's the merriest mix-up since Enemoware's fabulous Defender of the Crown Rib Roast.
Not personally big on fat shaming, but okay.
It's the newest in the wacky Jaime Lipschitz series. Jaime, son of a wealthy New York furrier, has gone wild with Dad's frequent flyer vouchers again. Can you track Jaime down and bring him home to meet the girl Mom's picked out for him? Hold on to your yarmulke. Yes, Jaime Lipschitz strikes again. 640K, Ronald MT32, and 3.5 circumcision required.
I don't know. Could have bought that with full
The latest
buckazoids.
bomb from master storyteller Maury Bryanarty, Boom, is a post-Holocaust adventure set in post-Holocaust America after the Holocaust. Neutron bombs have eradicated all life, leaving only you to wander through the wreckage. No other characters, no conflict, no puzzles, no chance of dying, and no interface make this the easiest to finish game yet. Just boot it up and watch it explode.
Couldn't have afforded it. But okay. Let's see.
I see you've made a selection from our box of slop, bargain bin.
I have, yes.
Thank you.
All right. Well. Oh, yes, those are new points because I was at 90 before because of my pants. Then again, it gave me points for picking up the unstable ordnance. So this is a game that is willing to trick you. What is this?
Yes, it's a reveal-o-matic electric
Oh.
hint revealer.
Oh.
An SQ4 hint book.
Okay. So it's all just gags. No, some of this is different. Hold on. Is there anything here? But I need more money. Let's actually look at some. Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. We'll call your family in the hospital right away, Mrs. Fletcher. So for non-American or non-North American viewers, might be worth clarifying that's a specific reference to a MedAlert system ad that used to play a lot, you know, like commercials in daytime television during Price is Right. Okay, do I want to read all of these jokes right now? Yeah, probably not. But let's look for the ones that seem most promising. I install the game as per instructions and the game freezes up. What am I doing wrong? Your computer room is too cold. Make sure your thermostat is set above 32 degrees. Where I come from, that would be a, livable but not pleasant room. Because we use the Celsius scale. Is there a fix available for this? I walk into the first room and get the message, oops, you tried something we didn't think of. Oops, you asked something we didn't think of. My computer is a 5.25 inch drive. This game comes in 3.5 inch only. How can I get a bigger disc? This seems like it's going to be racy. So far, there are no good methods. Don't fall for ads depicting miracle methods such as pumps, hormone pills, or injections. Hey, the more things change, the more some things stay the same. Your best bet is to tell yourself that it's not the size that counts. Oh, wait, did you say disc? I think they could have left up. I don't think they needed to underline it there. I think anybody who should be getting the joke had got it by then. I'm in the stupid time pod. Where else can I go? Where do you think? Someplace where the sun don't shine. What? Ulan's Flats, if you had the coordinates. Ha.
Oh, great.
Ooh. This might actually be part of an answer. Okay. So, questions abound.
The software selection seems to be pretty...
Okay. It's only the bargain bin. That Boom game, if we could afford it, sounds like it is set up to allow some kind of puzzle solution where you blow up a computer. I might be over-interpreting that, though. There might also be a non-book related use of the hint revealer. Seems possible. What is not clear to me is what I might do to make a few extra Buckazoids. Now it would be 9. What if my brain just went to an unethical place and the disguise is not about stealing, but just about getting out of the mall without the sequel place killing me? Well, if that turns out to be true, I will feel ashamed when the time comes. Okay. Let me see here. Instructions.
Welcome to our automated catalog. Let us be your gateway to what's new and exciting in
Okay,
the world
no,
of
sorry.
wonderful
I'm not listening to all this. Thank you.
shopping. Our automated catalog is as easy as snapping your digital appendages.
Yep. Point to an option,
Using
click the
your
mouse.
or tab key, simply.
Okay. What are your specials?
These special sale items are available for a limited time only.
Yes, but what are they?
Shrink Wrap 2000. Work for a large retail software chain? Like to take the products home and diddle with them? The Shrink Wrap 2000 shrink wraps any size software box. Is that game new or used? Only you'll know for sure. Keep the customers guessing. Dealers only, please. 1,033 Buckazoids.
That does not sound like a great deal. Although I suppose you're using it to steal from people. Okay. Electronic gadgets.
Faux Components Swiss Army Micro Entertainment Center. Styled to look like a real set of miniature components, this is a complete home entertainment center in one 4x6-inch box. Includes CD-ROM unit, turntable, dual cassette with HyperWow and Mega Flutter, unfolding 84-inch digital color projection multiscreen TV, corkscrew, and toothpick. 2,275 Buckazoids. Back ordered. None currently available.
Next.
Dodecaphonic around sound processor.
Okay. These are all very expensive. I would have to
CD-ROM
say
TV.
steal from somebody. Then again, I should probably also be paying more attention to these descriptions to try to figure
Pocket
out.
Pal Portable Terminal. Say, is that a complete workstation in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me? Now you can carry the power of a dumb terminal around with you without even creasing your jumpsuit. Include
Wish I could return one for 3,400.
Pocket Pal Connector. If you're a proud owner of our ever-popular Pocket Pal Portable Terminal, you have no doubt noticed that without the proper connector, it is virtually useless. Fortunately, at this moment,
Okay.
our exclusive Pocket Pal connector
Of course,
is
I
on sale
probably
for just
need a battery
1,999
from the
Buckazoids.
fucking Energizer
Get yours
Bunny.
now before the
I
price goes
or
up
maybe I'm
even
wrong.
further.
Maybe the zoom in is not even a battery port. Maybe it zooms in as the place where you put your Wi-Fi connector in. Okay. I'm definitely curious about this electronic mommy thing.
Iceman Pocket Ice Machine. This miracle of modern engineering fits in purse or pocketbook and freezes 15 pounds of ice cubes per hour. Choose from ice slices, cubes, or crushed. Requires mini hydrogen and oxygen canisters sold separately. Breaks the ice at parties. 300 Buckazoids recalled by manufacturer. Epachia. Now you can remove unsightly chia growth from upper lip, leg, bikini area, and small clay figurines. Painless and electronic. Almost tickles once you get used to it. Instantly cauterizes major blood vessels. Battery operated. 32-volt dry cell not included. 32
I was about to say,
Not
this could be a
available in the
source
Spiral arm.
of a battery for the thing. But not if the battery's not
Then
included.
the recipe beamer. Imagine the situation. The ambassador from Corona is coming for dinner, and all you have handy is a can of condensed cream of Orat soup and a box of nano wafers. You punch the appropriate buttons on your recipe beamer, and instantly, we beam the perfect recipe to you. Over 18 trillion recipes collected from all over the universe, just to make meal planning easier. 455 Buckazoids. Estimated date of uplink, November 2803.
And more.
Cyber Depunker. If your offspring is turning out to be just another rotten cyberpunk, you need the Cyber Depunker. Works while your child sleeps to replace black market implants and removes anti-productive attitudes. May cause some motor impairment and memory loss, but isn't that a small price to pay? Battery operated, 580 buckazoids, currently under UCC investigation.
Okay. What about the toys?
Armatroid 2500, a remote control toy for all ages. The Armatroid 2500 is a mobile robotic arm that can swivel, turn, pick up light objects, tear wings off of flies, disembowel small animals, and perform elective surgery. Teaches hand-eye coordination, elementary physics, and self-control. 35 buckazoids, sold out.
Well,
Yobot, the Ramboid robot. Having Yobot in the house is like having an extra playmate around, armed to the teeth with bazookas, laser pistols, and authentic live nuclear warhead. Responds to voice commands with an authoritative yo. 69 buckazoids, discontinued. Weather
Okay.
radio, hours of fun. Press the bar and get a burst of static. If you can figure out whether or not
This
it's a
actually
radio, you're
seems
smarter than we are. Ability to pull in stations and
stressful
reproduce
because,
sounds not
like,
included.
you can
20
imagine
buckazoids. Due to
adventure
delay in
game reasons that
manufacturing, this item
tons
is
of
not yet
these would
available.
come useful. But what, like, probably can't buy them
Universal
all.
remote control. Control the entire universe with one remote control.
Maybe this would
Open
be what
garage
we
doors
take
on
a
other
battery
planets.
out of the
Turn off
Energizer
crucial
Bunny
life
for.
support systems on passing spaceships.
Pardon me.
Terrify primitive
Between the
cultures.
thing that I
Buy
have
one
that
triple
might be
battery,
lacking a
not
battery,
included. 1,050
and the
buckazoids,
multiple
sold out.
things in this catalog that say they require batteries that aren't included, I'm very, very increasingly convinced that we're gonna need to capture the Energizer Bunny. Okay, so Clef, hello. Yes, this is it's a whole thing. Hello. Let me hold on. I'll share some context. Last week, it wasn't last week that I was asked, but I had been asked by the LGBTQ student society at my institution to one moment here. I was thinking about those items, although I don't think I have, like, maybe I should be spending money on one of them. My big dilemma here is that it seems pretty clear that probably to steal from the ATM by pretending to be the Latex Babe, and possibly also to get out of the mall without the sequel police that are guarding the door killing me, I need to buy the lady clothes and the wig, which cost 60 buckazoids, but I started with 59. And I have fewer than 59 now on account of having done some other stuff. Played the stupid Astro Chicken sequel, Miss Astro Chicken. And in this current save timeline, I purchased the hint book to see if that was anything, because it was the cheapest thing at the software store. I don't know. But yeah, if maybe I was misinterpreting you. If the disorientation you were talking about did not have anything to do with the lack of my mustache. But just in case, yeah, so they asked me to do Drag Night, the LGBTQ Student Society. And so I did it last week. And so to achieve this look. Ha! Okay, well, I'm showing off my drag pic anyway. Yeah. So it's immensely frustrating, actually, because when I have this, it grows so, like, I have to trim it more than once a week to get it from coming over my lip. But I shaved a week ago, and this is all I got back. It's disorienting to me, at least. I'm disoriented. Okay. So, yeah, there are some things there that I could buy, even with my current amount of money. What I'm not seeing, what has not yet occurred to me, is a way that I could make more money. Ah. Between well, I mean, listen, developed battle. I am a little low on buckazoids, and yet nonetheless, I found that all the best viewers in life are free, and none of them are you. So goodbye forever. All right. So like, it seems very clear I need to figure out a way to get money
Pardon me, sir.
ahead
I'm
of
here to be in dire need of my services.
stealing the late. Okay, so for context, Clef, I was brought to this mall by the Latex Babes of Estros. One of them dropped her ATM card. The ATM, there's no PIN numbers anymore in the future of Space Quest. It's all biometrics. And also, at the lady clothes store, I can buy a whole lady outfit, including a blonde wig. But the lady blonde outfit costs 60 buckazoids, and I started the game with 59 and have not yet seen an opportunity to earn more buckazoids. So that's the dilemma I find myself in. Can't leave the mall. I'm hoping that I wasn't supposed to find a buckazoid before I get to this part. That is funny. Okay, but here's the. I should just keep on for now.
I'm sorry, I lost my boots and the legs of my pants in a deadly fight with a giant sea slug. Which
Oh yes, I could have made that clear. Hold on. Skipping past this dialogue because we've already seen it. But this fella who sounds a lot like the character Michelle on Gilmore Girls would eventually sound. Except maybe a little bit nicer.
Likes of you.
Is gonna get me pants. And then once this sequence is done, I'll show you. But the basic idea is that it's a funny mix of foresight and the classic science fiction, speculative fiction problem of not predicting, not projecting technological trends or recognizing breakthroughs properly. Because the coin itself,
That would be a 20.
let's look at it. If you look at the coin itself, it is a single item. Yeah, literally right after I was like, this guy seems nicer than Michelle. He calls me the likes of you. I was like, maybe he's got a little bit of the Michelle in him. But the number on the coin goes down. So like the coin is a single item that like a debit card holds your money. Yeah, but then nonetheless, in this future they imagine, there are still ATM cards, but you can't pay at the register with the ATM card. So one thought, I don't know, but
Thank you so much for shopping with us.
during
sir.
previous mall explorations, I got kicked out of the Monolith Burger for not having pants, and then I got pants, but then I went to buy the lady clothes and I couldn't buy them, and then I immediately reverted to a save without having ever tried out, what's the story now that I can go to can I go to Monolith Burger and work a shift? Or gamble against somebody? I am always ready to become a degenerate video game gambler. All the more degenerate because I will happily cheat with saves.
Yeah.
Hey, so you're the manager. Are you...
I'd like
We're out of it. We're out of
Including employees. Including employees.
Including employees.
Okay.
Would you like to apply for a job?
Yes. I am hard up for cash. I would love to apply for a job. That's true. Maybe the problem is there's no one to unload the truck or something. Okay, good. I can click with the wait symbol.
Well, this is the greatest opportunity you've ever had, kid. Benefits up the wazoo. And if you stick with me half an hour or so, I'll make you my assistant manager. Now, how would you like that?
Gee, thanks.
Being promoted to
Warning,
supervisor
the
at my
following
first job.
sequence contains explicit arcade action and is not recommended for die-hard adventure players, the arcade squeamish, or those with poor to non-existent motor skills.
Yeah, that suggests a heavy retention issue. Anyone who sticks around for 30 minutes is good enough to, what do you think is driving your employees away, sir? But okay.
This is so easy, a human could probably do it. Burger comes out of the oven. Drop on your lettuce, your pickle, squeeze on your mayo, squirt on your mustard, on goes your ketchup, top it off with your sesame seed bun. You make 'em my way, and if you mess up enough times, you're out of here. Got it?
Please don't.
If you need to know how to run the assembly line,
Okay.
read the sign. Just click it with the mouse.
I was hoping that they would pause there long enough. Okay. Instructions for the Master Burger. This notice must be posted wherever the Master Burger 2000 is in use. The hand cursor must be active in order to pick up and install condiments. Okay. Keyboard. Up and down arrows switch between condiments and burger. When on the condiment level, left and right arrows move the cursor between the condiments. On the burger level, cursor follows burger. Okay. Click on a condiment to pick it up. Click again on top of the burger to install it. Do I have to use the keyboard and the mouse? Can I not move the cursor just with the keyboard? I feel like probably I can. So the big problem here is that The thing I'm not, maybe when I click, the next page has more keyboard and more mouse instructions, because it's not telling me anything about how I would use the keyboard to pick a thing up, put it on the burger. Okay. Did anybody happen to memorize the order? I got lettuce. It was lettuce, something, mayo, mustard, ketchup. So I'll write all those parts down. Hopefully there's only one other thing. I don't know. Probably. You would think so. Then again, this manager, there are certainly some things we could have some doubts about here. Okay, let's try this. Cha-ching. Oh God, $1 per. This. Yeah, this is like going to like a proper Japanese sushi restaurant. What do you mean reject? Ah, it was too late. This is not a very fun minigame. It's, actually, you know what? It's like ever so mildly challenging because you got to do it quick. But like there's no variation. And it's not a like super compelling mechanical challenge. It's probably just like the space bar to use the keyboard, which would be more efficient than this. Oh, come on. Get out of here. Okay, let me try keyboard. No, keyboard is torture already.
Don't mess with it.
Guided by voices. Okay, I'm getting fired. I'm gonna lose this job. Well, that one was just a plate of one bun plus beef. Why? Why is that rejected? Roger's just flinging them on the ground after he squeezes them.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Oh, come on.
Keep your hands.
Okay. I've got to try keyboard and just believe in my heart that it might be the space bar. But yeah, this stuff looks disgusting. Nope. It's not space bar. Yeah. I do know about none pizza left beef.
You're fired! My janitor could do a better job than you could.
Oh, so you already have a janitor? Hey, what did he throw on the ground? I think Danielle's calling me. All right, hang tight. I gotta go see if that's Danielle calling me, and then I guess we'll keep trying to figure out Space Burger. Hang tight, gang. Now, she was just laughing. Okay, let me go chasing after, out of curiosity, whatever object he threw. I'm not sure if he'll give me another chance, or if I just have to go back and do really well. We'll find out. How much money did I wind up with? Not 60 buckazoids. No. So hopefully he'll rehire me. I guess it seemed like the game was also giving me the option of literally just saying, no, I would like to just be given the money I need without playing a minigame, which would be very kind of them. I won't take that immediately. Okay, the software store closes. I want to believe that the Space Quest 4 hint guide was indeed the item I was supposed to get there. But okay, upon firing me, he dropped what?
You retrieve the cigar butt.
A cigar butt. Ching. But why?
You don't need to look at that.
Okay. Alright. Let's go back to Monolith Burger and see if he'll give us another shot. If not, I gotta reload. But we're on the path now. We have a plan to get out of this mall. Assuming that the sequel police aren't extremely perceptive. That is a good question, Clef. If somebody wanted to look and see, if somebody wanted to look up for me, is there supposed to be a keyboard, like a key I can use to pick up and put down the things? Or did they just literally forget to code that part? Wait, this is the arcade, not the Monolith Burger? Because I feel like I could definitely do better at this game with a keyboard than a mouse. Not sure if I responded to this when you said it guided by voices, but I definitely think that the space food does not look appetizing. Looks disgusting. All right, will he rehire me?
Yeah?
Please, give me another shot.
I'd like,
Oh, you again. What do you want? Would you like to apply for a job?
Well, you know this guy's desperate when.
You would, huh? Well, this is the greatest ever. You heard the pitch before. Just don't
All right.
screw up, or I'll land you on your ear again. Got it?
gee, thanks. What a swell boss.
I mean, honestly, it's not like... I don't think this guy seems like a
Warning,
great boss.
The following sequence contains explicit arcade action.
This is so easy, a human could probably do it. If you need to know...
Oh, they were definitely speeding up as we went. So I feel comforted by that. Perhaps exactly enough money? I don't know. Because, like, what's the point if I'm doing all this? If I actually am supposed to be stealing from the ATM, from the bank account of the Latex Babe, like, there has to be an upper limit on the money they'll pay you here. Well, we're in the 40s in overall Buckazoids now. This is going better, I think. When I had worked at A&W, they had been paying out $1 for every burger you delivered. That would have that'd have been good. I would have spent a lot of it on root beer, but I need $23. Can I get it in one term of employment? I guess one trick is to grab your lettuce before the burger even appears, which you are allowed to do. Oh, come on. You can't tell me that was too late. I mean, they are telling me, but I reject it. Exactly. You can't reject me.
Don't mess with it.
Oh, come on. That was bullshit. That was collision detection bullshit. I don't think this game would have done as well as Astro Chicken in the arcades.
You can't do that. Keep your hands to yourself.
This is like maybe the problem you have with employee retention is that you're turning up the speed on the conveyor belt beyond what is reasonable.
You can't do that.
And also stopping to yell at me every time that I accidentally touch the counter.
You can't do that.
When I worked at A&W, on a very busy day, the owner was there, came in with us.
You can't do that.
Yeah, okay. We're going to need... Hopefully, he'll hire us back a third time. Hopefully, there's no 2 strikes and you're out policy. Because I'm going to be on my ass in a moment. I didn't even try for this one. There's no shame in giving up.
You're fired! My janitor could do a better job than you could.
Okay, might as well do a save. Because it feels like actually I am on a track here. But let's see. Yeah, so I'm working the fryers with the manager right beside me. And it's very, very busy and orders are coming in like crazy. So I'm like getting them out, dumping the fries out real quick and all that. And I'm like burning myself like my arms are just like a mess of grease burns because we're working so fast. And at one point, he stops me and he goes, "Hey, let me show you something. When you take the thing out," and he's like, "hook it like this. If you hold it like this, you can shake it really quick and like more grease than you're thinking, more of the oil than you're thinking, will drip out before you turn it over." And I said, "Oh, thanks. That's I'll burn myself a lot less this way." And he looked me right in the eyes and he said, "No, I mean because the oil is expensive." Couldn't just give me the I gave it to him. I served up, "You're a good boss who cares." And he was like, "No, I want to be very clear. I don't give a shit about you." You misunderstood me if you thought that if I have a human compassion for my drones.
Yeah?
And suffice to say, I mean, that guy's there were two secrets to that fellow's business success. The main one being that his daddy gave him the money to get the 3 A&W franchises he had. And the other one being that one of those 3 A&W franchises was in the Good Mall food court. Hey, it's free, infinite success. You could never go out of business. Requires no talent at all to run this business successfully. Within like a year of when I got fired, and that's a whole other story, and we won't get into that now. It didn't have anything to do with me not getting the mayo in the bun on the top of the burger fast enough. Within a year of my termination, he was down to one location. And at some point, he could no longer pay like the license fees. So one of his locations transformed into like his name, and like he even had like a cartoon face of himself made, tried to brand it after himself. And that lasted for like 2 months. I certainly experienced some of the old Schadenfreude.
What do you want?
You know what I want.
Would you like to?
Yes.
You would, huh? Well, this is a great...
Gee,
I should have just said, "Oh, I have the... No, I'm too
This
close."
is so easy, a human could... If you need...
Well, it's a good thing that it's easy enough for a human. Because we're like a matryoshka doll of humans here, me and Raj. That's definitely my feeling. Like, he didn't say like, "All right, listen, I'll give you one more chance." And indeed, I mean, he's made it very clear. He's desperate for employees. Roger should probably just try to get a raise. I'm going to need $2 per burger if you want to get back in business here. I lost track of exactly where I was, so I'll just make as much money as I can. It's kind of them to revert the hand icon to the lettuce.
Don't mess with it.
Damn it. Except that there's a long enough pause that there's absolutely no part of the challenge comes from getting your hand back. That was on there, right? Right? Yes. See, I understand what's happening now. The reason I was so thrown off the first few times my burger was rejected was because I thought what was happening was that the game, the idea was that the burger would splat on the floor if you didn't get it ready. It took me surprisingly long to register. No. Obviously, the thing is automatically packing the burgers, and then you lose if you packed it wrong. This is not overcooked. It's an okay minigame in that it's not like
hands to yourself.
Deeply stupid. Like, it's not that kind of frustrating. But there's just not a lot going on here. Watch me make $23 this time. Ah, never mind. Incredible. Incredible. Okay, I'm into this game. This is great.
You can't do that.
Eat your heart out, Overcooked. I take it back. Overcooked is a better game than this. I got carried away. Yeah, this game blows. Definitely, I mean, you can in fact see how stealing a single element from Overcooked would make this better. Which is, what if instead of the difficulty increase being arbitrarily accelerating the conveyor belt, the difficulty was that we're getting special orders?
Nope.
You know what? What do I care? I'm done. I'm done. No 2 weeks notice from me. I am just going to stand around in the kitchen until the manager assaults me. Not just walking out. For the first time in years, I have got a pre-December start on my Christmas shopping. Speaking of the mall. Danielle and I went to the mall today. Although I didn't buy anything at the mall. For my family or friends. But then we also went to the retail park. Because our fair city is has terrible urban planning. Yeah, I understand why they didn't. All right. Let's go get dragged out. The good kind. Obviously, we just got dragged out 3 times in a row. So a dilemma here. I think again, I think I'm probably supposed to be stealing from the Latex Babe.
Like to buy that dress.
But what if that's like
Sorry about that little
like
misunderstanding.
the unstable ordnance red herring?
Okay.
And what if the
Don't try that
cross-dressing?
again.
Oh, that was new dialogue. I shouldn't have skipped it. Because in this timeline, I already went and got dressed up once. But then couldn't pay, had to leave.
I'm sure this will suit that special someone's needs. It's all the rage.
I mean, listen, lady. You and I both understand what's going on here. You don't. You can drop the special someone shit.
Here, use this dressing room. And honey, if your special someone needs a wig, this one should look pretty good on you.
Yeah. Yeah, what is the design necessity of that? I appreciate that Roger goes right for it.
Lovely, honey.
He's not bad at walking in
Made for
heels,
ya.
assuming this is his
Would
first
you like us
time.
to wrap it up, or would that special someone prefer you to wear it home?
I think I'll wear it home.
Just what we thought. That will be 60 buckazoids, sicko.
Yeah, I really don't appreciate this sicko shit, lady. Nice. Sometimes, some of us, for totally normal
Appreciate,
reasons, just like to
hon.
feel pretty. Cha-ching. Okay, so yeah. Am I supposed to just escape the mall?
Thanks for shopping at Saks.
Or am I indeed supposed to... Because like maybe the idea with the ATM card is just to return it to her to win her favor. That's not implausible. So I guess I want to leave like a... Because I got to try it. So I'll just make sure that I keep a revert save in case later on it turns out, oh no, I'm getting killed by the Latex Babe on account of stealing from her. I love the work they put.
Your arms.
Ah, can't you just infer that I meant for you to walk over? There we go.
You play with the buttons, but the machine does not.
Yeah, okay, obviously, yes, I'm sorry, I'm a fool. I understand how an ATM works.
You can't use.
You know what I'm trying to do? I was not trying to click on myself. I'm not sure if I've used an item on myself yet. Okay, what's my balance? 2001 Buckazoids. Well, maybe that's an acceptable thing to do. So the dude looks like a lady saves the revert fork because I did not remember to update it right before I did it. I got a bunch of money now that I could use to buy things at the Zzz So Good. But which ones which should I buy? I do not believe that the money I have is enough to buy all of them. Which was, of course, the answer in Space Quest 3, Pirates of Peloton. He offers you 3 different items, buy them all, even though I wound up not needing them for all of I did wind up finding alternate puzzle solutions, unbeknownst to myself. Okay. What are the specials again?
These special sale items are available.
Yep, continue. The
Free
re-shrink wrap.
2000. Work for a large retail software chain? Like to take the products home and diddle with them? The Re-Shrink Wrap 2000 re-shrink wraps any size software
Here's the thing.
box. Is that
I don't know that I have
game
any
you?
like open
Only you'll know
problems
for sure.
that any of
If
these
that
are going to ring a
doesn't,
bell for.
dealers only,
And it's
please.
easy to look at any of these and be
1033
like,
Buckazoids.
yeah, it's a sci-fi comedy adventure. Oh, this is the only special. I should have saved immediately before doing this. In fact. I like the work they put in on the Roger Lady sprite. Like the walk is really well animated. As like he's doing his best, but it's not really persuasive, but he's not just walking like Roger. And then when the hand on the hip during the when you're on the conveyor. It's good stuff. Gotta pop that hip. Okay. Well, let's see if it dings the bell for me if I buy the special. It could be any number of things that I'm supposed to buy.
These special sale
Continue.
re-shrink wrap.
I'll order this, I guess. Sorry, dealers only. Oh, it actually knows. Okay. Okay. Well.
Faux component Swiss Army
Okay.
micro.
Not available. Great. Thank you. Continue.
Dodecaphonic around
Discontinued.
processor. Ever notice
But does
how
that mean I can't buy it? I guess I should just test that. Sorry, discontinued. Okay, good.
CD GI ROM TV. Move
Won't
over,
be delivered
CD-ROM.
until the distant future. Okay. Okay. This is very helpful.
Pocket Pal portable terminal.
Can't afford it. And I don't need it. I have one.
Pocket Pal connector. If
I
you're a
obviously
proud owner
need
or
this and
ever-
can just afford it. With great patience, you search each and every one of the 1999 Buckazoids. Okay, but now we're contradicting. Okay, so to make this work with how it's otherwise been implied that the Buckazoid single coin works, I'm going to say that he's got to do the near field communication 1999 times. Select the plug you wish to purchase. Why do you hate me? Yeah. Did you look really closely at your pocket protector, your pocket gimmick thing before you did this, idiot? No, as it happens, no, I didn't. Thank you. Are any of these the hint that I found in the Space Quest 4 hint book in-game? Yeah. Okay, well, let's just grab one. I didn't hear a ding, which suggests to me this isn't what we want. But okay, let's take a look. No, let's not save. Let's take a look at the pocket protector. The zoom in does not fill me with confidence. I keep saying pocket protector, which is clearly not what this is. The zoom in really makes me think this is a battery. Like, it doesn't look like any of the things. So what was the one kind of real seeming hint? Did that correspond to any of the thingies? I don't know, but let's try. Okay, I'll just jot these symbols down. I don't know why I'm trying to capture the symbols directly when earlier it worked just fine for me to, like, for the ones that look pretty much like letters to just be like, it's a forward C, it's a backwards C. But here we are. Okay. Well. Wait, I didn't even try. What if I just got it right?
You attach the plug to the Pocket Pal.
Do we dare to dream that I actually just guessed right?
This is just a dumb...
I don't know. I think I'm going to go back at least once. Because also, if I just, if I buy a different one and it also clicks, that either suggests that this is a red herring fake out. They didn't actually do a really cruel puzzle. I should also look in the manual because this could be copy protection. But okay, let's try.
Dodecaphonic or C. Pocket Pal portable terminal.
For a second, I was like, they changed the price? No.
Pocket Pal connector. If you're a proud owner of our ever popular Pocket Pal portable terminal, you have no doubt noticed that without the proper connector, it is virtually useless.
It's got to be the proper one, too. Oh, wow. It's been driving people crazy for 30 years. Okay. Do any of these correspond to the hint? Maybe, arguably, sort of this one? It's got a forward C, a backward C, a thing in the middle. It certainly does not look exactly like the hint from the hint book, but there's also no reason to believe the hint from the hint book is relevant. So let's see. If this one doesn't connect, it turns out that I did guess right on the first time, but also that I do not recall.
You attach the plug to the Pocket Pal.
Okay. What did that do to my score? Exact same score. Okay. Clef, while you're investigating, I'm going to ask for a very restricted question here. Is it just that they all work and that's a trick? Or is it actually important that I made I was supposed to make the right choice? I don't need to know what the right choice is. I'll suffer through that on my own. But I cannot go on in the game and then later find out that my Pocket Pal is useless. 2 hours of gameplay time from now. My heart can't take it. There is a right answer. Okay. In that event, let's pump the brakes for a minute on buying a thing like this right now. And let's But if I leave the mall, can I never come back because the sequel police will get me? The agony. This makes me feel extra confident I was supposed to get a battery from the Energizer Bunny for this Pocket Pal. Maybe that would somehow reveal a hint. Hold on. Like I said, I should look at the manual. The manual is full of fake ads. What if there's a fake ad for a Pocket Pal that could give me more information about this? I haven't set up my usual hotkey for putting a PDF on screen, but I've just done the click. Let's look together. I really should read this. I'm sure there's some good gags in here. All right. I don't have to turn my head to an odd angle. I can see the thing on the monitor. Slightly cut off, but... Oh, pardon me. Nope. That's the whole thing. No Pocket Pal ad. So, high risk of soft locking myself, it feels. But what are you gonna do? If they all connect, I just don't feel like I have enough information to make a decision yet. Or alternately, I had exactly the information the hint book was telling me. I interpreted it correctly. At least I, feel way less alone, knowing that even back in 1994, people were dialing up to Usenet to lament this puzzle. Jeez, Roger. pushy. All right. Can I leave here without being killed? It's great. Danielle had me practicing. Okay.
Why isn't it just like a sequel police cyborg to guard the main entrances and exits?
I gotta say, I appreciate that a lot. That's funny. The effort involved in being like, okay, and even the death scene. Yeah. He got all his ideas about what ladies move like from just watching The Sales Lady. Okay. The thing that's eating at me now is if I was supposed to somehow get a battery for the Pocket Pal from the Energizer Bunny so that here we could use the Pocket Pal somehow to evade the police. Because apparently disguise isn't going to do it. Like, am I soft locked? I mean, even if I am, we're still, like, we're finding stuff out. And if I have to revert, the nice thing about an adventure game is that figuring it out is the real, application of effort thing. When you figured it out, it's just do it. All right. The thing that I said aloud about looking closer in the in-game hint book was a reasonable idea. So why don't I do some more of it? Okay. Or maybe this correlates to... Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm not feeling like that's a clue to the Pocket Pal.
These symbols look vaguely familiar. Now...
You don't? That is comforting to hear, Rego Death. Thank you. Okay. In that case, okay, so certainly also seems possible if I have 3 characters and the different time travel codes are 6 characters, and also here, via this gum stuck piece of paper, I have 3 other characters. That could be what that hint is about. Do I have to reveal them all? I think I do. I'm in a long tunnel with a light visible at the far end. What should I do? Maybe you're having a near-death experience. Go for it. Haven't you ever seen Poltergeist? Go into the light, Carol Ann. Heh. The wound where the tentacled venomite ripped my larynx out keeps getting infected. Help! Have you been picking at it again? That'll only make it worse. Have you found the iodine dispenser? Have you found the bottle of peroxide? Have you found the salt shaker? Mix the iodine into the peroxide, shake some salt into it, apply the mixture to the wound, scrape yourself off the ceiling, get on with the game. I can't seem to find the one-armed man anywhere. Ask Bob. Who do you think you're fooling? There's no one-armed man. You made it all up, Kimball. Turn yourself in. You can't find the one-armed man, so don't bother looking. Okay, he's at the carnival. I can't hear what the 2 guys at the bar are saying. Have you tried typing listen to men? Oh, that's right. This is a parceless game. Click the ear icon on the men. Oh, that's right. There's no ear icon. Indeed, your mom. They do not worry about anachronism here. For that matter, they don't even worry about directly, like, you go to the software store in this place, and the first thing he says is, we're all out of Sierra games, because, that's what everyone wants. But don't worry, we still have some low-quality stuff. And then you look in the bin, and there's both the Space Quest 4 hint guide, which is what I'm looking at right now, and a copy of King's Quest something. That didn't help either, did it? Did you think it would? Just fooling. There's no way to hear what you're saying. That'll teach you to read ahead in the hint book. Did I say hello? Hello, your mom. Strawberry is to skies. Fire engine is to... Blueberry. India. good dental hygiene, putting the keycard in the slot in the Druck-emitter, and turning on the viewfinder. Okay. Kind of feel like the whole point of this is to get these 3 characters, which are probably... I have a high concept idea for how I might tackle the Leisure Suit Larry series. Guided by voices. I have an idea for when I get to them. I don't want to overhype it in case I chicken out. But I have a thought. I have a thought in mind for when one day I get that Sierra itch, but I've already done Space Quest and I've done King's Quest, and I don't quite feel like... Maybe I'll have even done Police Quest. I don't know. I kind of want to at least play the first Police Quest just because I played that game a lot when I was a kid. Or the start of it a lot at my buddy's place. It's a weird game because it was made by a very earnest ex-cop who wanted to make a game that could be a training tool. So the puzzles are like just the game manual is like a huge book of police procedures, and all the puzzles are just you got to execute the procedures properly. You got to walk all the way around your patrol car before you get into it, because if you don't notice that there's a damaged tire or hubcap or something, and then you crash. Yeah, like I think there might be some adventure game puzzles. We never made it to any adventure game puzzles. All the things we did were all like, what's protocol for what do you do with your sidearm when you get in the car and stuff like that. When I try to splice the vidlink cable to the Venusian holomat, I end up irradiating myself with deadly plutonium. What do I do now? Good question. So far, our best solution is to seal yourself off in a 50 by 50 by 50 foot block of concrete. Then buried at least 1,500 feet deep, preferably in an unpopulated, undeveloped area. I've got 1 hour before Danielle gets back from picking up Greek Fest to go. There was a time in this fair city of mine where you could step out of a Greek restaurant and ball your receipt up and throw it and hit the next Greek restaurant. And those glory days are over. And the surviving Greek restaurants, none of them have vegetarian moussaka. So it's only the one glorious week a year when they're doing Greek Fest that I ever get to have moussaka. So I can't let that get cold. Avoid salt mines or areas where corrosion may breach the concrete. Try not to talk to or touch anybody or anything for the next 50,000 years. There's a large slimy creature blocking the door to the custodian's room in the Magmithian building. It's not even a question. Okay, how do I get past the large slimy creature blocking the door to the custodian's room in the Magmithian building? What do you think he's waiting for? He's undoubtedly waiting for a custodian. Oh, hey, what was your main for Thanksgiving? If it was not turkey. Nice. Were the barbecue Fritos dessert? Or were they just one of the various sides? You pile up a big plate of sides. I could probably eat an entire meal of just my... Nice. Not even quite a cocktail. If my understanding is correct. A cocktail has to have 3 ingredients, right? Is that how that works? Give pine-scented sawdust to creature. I've got the book on running the suborbital Surrey. What do I do with it? This one's easy. Read it. Make note of any particularly important features. I think I remember reading that. I think I remember specifically someone learning that because someone was like, a screwdriver is not a cocktail. Putting vodka in your orange juice does not make a cocktail. Ooh. Fascinating. I was never a fruit and chocolate guy. Like, especially when I was a kid, very finicky about things. And then, like, maybe around, like, 19, I was like, okay, these chocolate oranges are okay. And gradually I've opened up my palate to the level that I'm being sincere when I say, ooh, black raspberry ice cream with chocolate chunks. That could be good. Oh my goodness. Okay. There's so many pages. Let's read the rest of the jokes. I'm in a strange room inside the supercomputer. Scary eyeball looking things stare at me. That's the thing about stuffing. It's not intended to be the main course, but good stuffing is something you can absolutely eat until you're full. How do I get the door open? Use the Ovaltine, Roger. The Jaws of Life would be most helpful. Since neither of those items are in the game, try this code, 54321. Since that one didn't work, try this one, 69, 65, 84, 76, 69. If that's a joke, I don't get it. I've just started the game, and I've got the ampule of Mega Hall 256, the wad of chewing tobacco, the open can of classic DNA. There's a lot of this one joke. I was just like, aren't adventure games kind of silly? What now? What now? What more do you want? Have you tried inhaling the Mega Hall 256? Have you tried chewing the wad of tobacco? Have you tried sipping some classic DNA? Gosh, those didn't work. Put the tobacco and the ampule into the can and shake. Go to the room with the defibrillator. Pour the mixture onto it and go 3 screens to the left after the explosion. Go back into the room and take the ID chip from the dead guard. Get into the pod. Go to the horse's asteroid. Fight the... That's what they say. Like at some point I got to do some LucasArts. Maybe before Leisure Suit Larry, I'll pop over, do Maniac Mansion Day of the Tentacle in my gaming adventures. But yeah, I've never heard anything but great things about Day of the Tentacle. I can live with cartoony and weird. The thing that gives me pause about LucasArts games is I'm not sure how the LucasArts design philosophy of never having no character deaths. I understand where it comes from. Like, I've read Ron Gilbert's essay, which I can't remember what it's called. Something, why adventure games suck or something. Yeah, I've never really, I haven't done I've never dipped my toe into Monkey Island or anything. I think the full extent of my LucasArts adventure game experience is very quickly failing and getting captured in Maniac Mansion on the Nintendo Entertainment System, and then giving up, pardon me. Okay, finish reading the joke. After the explosion, go back into the room, take the ID chip from the dead guard, get into the pod, go to the horse's asteroid, fight the security drones, put the ID chip into the second servo booth, climb into the subsystem computer, use the laser rasp to access the vector panel, cut the green and lavender wires, and step back. You win. Congratulations. Okay. So yes, I think you are supposed to get this entirely to get these 3 things that I think will probably combine with the 3 on the piece of gum to give me a new code when I get to the time pod, which I can't currently because they murder me if I try to leave the mall. But at least I'm looking sexy. Rigo Death has said he doesn't think that I am soft-locked, which warms my heart because it really seemed like a possibility that I was supposed to either have learned something with this Pocket Pal so I could make a right choice right now, or that I was supposed to have, what am I trying to say? Supposed to have captured the Energizer Bunny to get a battery. Because, okay, once again, when we zoom in on this Pocket Pal, it doesn't even actually say port to me because it's solid white, like it's plastic covered. It just looks like a hinge. But it does, I don't know. It feels to me like probably I need to put batteries in the thing. That doesn't match. Like, that shape is not the same as, I hope it's not. What if I use the thing on myself?
Nothing happens.
Okay, no. All right. Well, what have I not done in the mall that could possibly help me escape the mall? If it's not figuring out which Pocket Pal connector I'm supposed to buy. And I've got this cigar butt. What could that be for? What else do I have? Let's review. Rope from the far future. Acid slime from the far future. Gum with 3 characters, presumably 1/2 of a 6-character time travel code, which I am currently working on, going on the working theory that that's completed by the letters in the hint book. I have the hint revealer, which given that it's a separate item from the book, kind of feels like maybe I can use it somewhere in the real world to reveal something. So maybe that's...
You can't use that.
But not that easily.
It would serve. Nothing.
Well, hold on. Can I reveal?
It would serve.
No. Evan, hello, for one thing. But yes, that is definitely... Your memory is accurate as far as it goes. Because the game is filled with... Like, we haven't quite hit the level of variety that Space Quest 3 had yet, but that's just I haven't gotten far enough to die as many times. But one thing I really appreciate so far is that, as you can see, Roger's cross-dressing right now. And if he gets killed right now, they redrew the Roger with a smoking hole in his back death animation close up to be Lady Roger. Software store is closed. I've probably buy the specific thing here. The adapter is clearly the thing I'm supposed to buy, I feel. But I don't know that I have a hint yet for what one it's supposed to be. Will I be treated differently at the Monolith Burger now that I'm a sexy lady?
What can I do for you, doll?
Hi. Well, I don't know.
I'd like,
We're out of it.
Okay, no. And I do not want to work for you, sir. So, what do you smell like?
Woo! This dude smells like a pigsty.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
Maybe it would be unwise to order.
Haha. Touche. Alright, well, I guess I have to reject a job
Would you
offer.
like to-
Okay. Monolith Burger, unless I find an item it seems... Wait, should I give him his cigar butt back? No, he had a new cigar going. He's not going to care about that, probably. If I get desperate, I'll try that. If Lady Roger goes to the big and tall, does that matter?
I am dearly sorry, miss. This is a male clothing store.
So which of these two stores is more transphobic? Because the one they'll sell a guy the ladies' clothes while slurring him. And the other, they're just straight up, no, you dress for your sex assigned at birth. Which I am interpreting through your gender presentation. Ladies' clothing store. No respect for this red dude's personal space. If I try to leave, I'll be murdered.
The being, unable to understand you. It doesn't have the slight...
Okay. Hey, kids.
You talk to your...
That's clearly not who I'm trying to talk to. Can I smell
It
anything?
smells just as good as it looks.
So not bad.
The mall has that high rent, low occupancy smell, like any office building in downtown Los Angeles.
Ageless humor about vacancy rates in office buildings in downtown Los Angeles in the early 1990s. Here in Nova Scotia in 2024, I just instantly, I can relate to what they're saying. Smell the trees, doll.
This plant was provided courtesy of Shapir Florists.
Hey, Easter egg.
This plant was
She can tell just by smelling them.
This plant was
I got kind of stuck, I think, on the edge. Okay. If I go to the arcade as a lady, will all the nerds freak out? And then that somehow benefits me? Is there somewhere I can exit through the back? Well, it won't be the big and tall store. Or the whatever and tall. Presumably it's supposed to be big and tall, and they were like, let's protect ourselves from IP attacks. Come on, fellas, look at me. Cute little black dress. Lady adjacent walk. No? None of them even look up. Can I speak to any of them?
talking to a kid in the middle of an arcade game is almost as interesting as talking to the wall.
Okay. Well, I'll take that as a hint about the entire swath of them. What happens if I go back to the lady clothes store? What happens if a lady goes down to the place where the kids are hoverboarding? What if I go down when the kids are hoverboarding and dissolve one of them with space acid?
Having already purchased the dress, you decide to stick with men's clothes from now.
Okay, so I'm not going to buy another thing. It was almost too enjoyable. No, there's nothing wrong with that, Roger.
Thanks for shopping at Saks.
Anytime, doll. Although apparently never again. Okay. Staring at my items. Can't use the Pocket Pal unless I can solve the question of the connector. And maybe not even then. Hey, it's different. It's like, maybe I'm hallucinating that it's a different shade in the little notch now. I wish that it would give me some descriptive text on the zoom in. But if I click the eye on it again, it's just going to zoom back out. Okay. Oh wait, I didn't finish looking at the items. Space slime. Acid in a jar. But I don't have any opportunity to throw it on the sequel, please. Rope. Anything special about this rope?
A crummy piece of rope.
I think I'm increasingly convinced that I need to catch the bunny. And it just feels like last week I felt like I got rope. I should be able to lasso the bunny or make a snare trap or something. But if that is the answer, I just wasn't clicking right. Can't get back to the future as far as I'm aware right now. On account of the sequel, please blast me if I try to leave. What could it be? Be easier to think if I had a mustache to stroke thoughtfully. Well, I haven't tried going down to the skate park. In lady form. Don't know why that would matter. Maybe if I offer the cigar butt to the young kids, they're so excited that an adult is helping them smoke. Maybe Roger's just completely... No doubt. We definitely have to plan the eventual Police Quest playthrough around that. I should probably do it with aviators on. Just absolutely torture myself. Staring at a computer screen through sunglasses just for a joke.
Real ladies don't go 0 G's swimming in a dress.
Okay, so the real ladies thing, I don't know. But what I will say is that it's a fair point. You did what when you played Pool of Radiance? Yeah, but it's a good excuse. Oh. How'd that go? Is it as hard on the eyes as I'm imagining? I've never actually, like, gone on a computer with sunglasses on. Okay. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, that's what I was starting to really feel, Rego Death. Okay, so on the one hand, painful. But on the other hand, like I said, the really hard part of an adventure game is figuring out what to do. We can make up this progress. The big challenge here is we just need to go back to... Let's go back to 21 minutes into the playthrough. Hold on. I'll update the current save. Whoops. Okay. Well, whatever. This is the current save. It's as up to date as it can be now. Let's see. Let's see if, with my remaining 40-ish minutes, if I can recover my progress. And actually, if we can actually resolve this. So that was the feeling I was getting. Look at that little jerk. But okay. What did I have in my inventory at this time? Not all that much. Okay. The feeling is that the rope is going to let me catch the bunny. Is it? Oh no. Get away from me. Nope. I didn't even have a chance to walk away from him. Yeah, it's I'm inured to it now, but it certainly is a little alarming the first time.
4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
Oh. So, yeah, they had updated this animation fully. Yeah. They're really really mean to you. But yeah, when I was getting ready, when I was trying to figure out my rough choreo for the drag performance last week, I was talking to Danielle, and I was saying, it's frustrating that I am not in better shape right now, because if I was still, attending to my regular yoga, I would have a lot of no sir. I'd have a lot of flexibility. I could probably do like a really good, like, you know, I did Edge of Glory by Lady Gaga, and I thought like I could really kind of lean back while I'm going the edge, or something like that. And then I said, well, you know what? I can definitely lean back still. The problem is just going to be that I am going to lack the ability to get back up. And then I thought, well, what if I plan a pratfall? If I'm planning for it, then I can rotate so that I fall and catch myself with my hands, don't injure myself. And then Danielle pointed out, she said, babe, you're going to be wearing a dress. So no, you can't do that. You must not. And fair enough. So I appreciate the designer's attention to being like, no, we're not letting Lady Roger swim. She shouldn't do that. She's wearing a dress. Okay. So
You can't use... There's not enough room. It would serve no...
Okay. Let me go with the working theory for the moment that the rope is the way to catch the bunny. To get the battery to put in the pocket pal, which, like, certainly most of those pieces seem pretty reasonable. But so then it's a matter of wrangling the most parser somehow. Is it a lasso or a snare trap? That's another big thing. Because if it's a snare trap, maybe it's about location. So I should just be arbitrarily clicking on things.
It would serve... It would serve... It would serve...
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh.
Those sure are some finely honed reactions you've got.
Well, at least they very kindly made it super clear this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But yeah, come on. What if instead of a "you can't do that here," the message was a little bit clearer about...
The hare, anticipating your clumsy attempt to...
I was not trying to catch it.
Timing is a...
Okay, click on this part of the rope. Okay. They really could have given an error message with the rope that kind of suggested you're on the right track. Not just the standard, you can't use that here. Something a little more detailed. And, you know, bespoke.
Timing is a crit...
Yeah, that's what I was...
Those sure are...
Okay, that's fine. It seems likely it's going to work. And the bunny is kind enough to always come and stand in the trap.
Timing... Those sure are...
Okay, so am I supposed to click on Roger to take the rope back? No, because it says time is a critical factor when I click here. Do I do it while he's spinning?
Timing is... Those sure are...
Okay. I'll try clicking sooner. Like, click as he's heading to the snare.
Timing... Those sure are...
Okay, yeah, that's what I tried to do, but I guess I clicked a moment too late, maybe? It doesn't seem to even give you the timing as a critical factor here message if you click too soon. Like, click before he's in there.
Timing...
Okay, that time I was significantly too
Those
late.
sure are some...
Oh man, I'm gonna have to do... You know what? No, I'm not gonna have to do the arcade challenge again. I'm going to find out what happens if you just say, I don't want to do it. Please just give me the money.
timing.
Okay, come on.
Those sure are.
Yeah, I guess actually, if it's not there.
That was without a doubt one of the finest examples of bunny snatching I've ever seen. The stress placed on the rope during the bunny snatching was too much. You cast the useless fibers aside.
Yeah, it finally clicked that I was like, if all it's gonna say when I click at the wrong time is time is a critical factor, but it doesn't yank the rope, then the answer here is just to get clicking. Okay, so he's got a battery in
You
him.
extract the portable power pellet from the back of the bunny's polyplastoid torso.
Do I still need the bunny?
Darn-
Perhaps I do.
You can't do that. You plug the mobile power cylinder into the laptop.
Is it a laptop or is it a Pocket Pal?
You liberate the battery from the
No, that's not what I wanted to do.
You plug the mobile.
But I understand what happened. I meant to use this. Okay. And
Nothing happened.
fair enough though, because get away from me, space zombie. Well, I mean, no. God damn it. Okay. Well, it's okay. It's that exact thing I keep saying about making progress in an adventure game. Although I really should have saved the moment I caught the bunny. Lesson learned.
That was without a doubt
Timing
one of
is
the
a critical
stress placed
factor
on the
here.
rope.
Boom. Success. Damn it, no. Wait. Hide, Roger. You were in the hiding spot. I did this to myself. No, I got back. Fortunately, knowing that that's a hiding spot from the drone saved us a bit of time in me clicking the rope in different locations. Okay. So, wait. The thing I've been saying about saving. And then it is time for me to figure this out, or do this thing that I have figured out.
You extract the. You plug the mobile pop.
Okay. Switching screens,
You
apparently.
can't use that here.
Can't use it here. Okay. But I can use it somewhere. Probably. Alright. I gotta update the save a moment. Or update the save. Period. And then, having done that, I'm gonna go back to my dead save. To go, okay. Space slime came from, obviously, in the sewers. I mean, it's not obvious if you didn't already know. The space slime is in the sewers. The jar came from the secret underground lab or hideout place operations center right before the sewers. I don't remember exactly where the gum came from, but it was later on. And also, if I can't find it again, I do have the luxury of just looking, because I think it is just a clue provider. Obviously, all this stuff came later. Okay. So now it's time to find out how much I remembered about my first experience with Space Quest 4 last week.
You take the jar into custody.
Ding, ding, ding. And then I head to... There's a button somewhere.
A button.
Secret
Perhaps
button.
I'll give it.
Press it. Get the backstory.
Data entry 22795. This message.
They made a computer. It turned out to be Skynet.
Of tying it seemed like a sound idea. It was around then that a deep space salvage operation recovered
But
what appeared
it became Skynet because of Leisure Suit Larry, as it
On
happens.
its back was the picture of a not particularly My counterparts exhibited shameful behavior as they tore open the box. As a result, a crippling virus.
Computer was lost.
Then
Made the computer hate Roger Wilco.
The possessed computer
Why not
waged
Larry
war
Laffer?
on the inhabitants of Xenon, using our own weapons against us. Some managed to escape to other planets. Those of us who remained stayed to these
Oh, and the
cyborgs,
resistance fights
infiltrated
on.
The loyal ranks of resistance. As of this recording, we are down to only a handful of
Cyborgs. They made
My
Terminators.
health is- I've sent my two best men to attempt
Which
to
Roger
seize
should be good at dealing
technology.
with, since he killed a Terminator in
If
Space
you
Quest
are
3.
not a machine, then perhaps they were successful.
Okay, let's keep it rolling. All right, about 27 minutes left. I heard Danielle leave to go pick up our food.
Oh no! The door.
I'm going to do the sequence of things that I know I must do, sir. Thank you for asking, though. There's no sewer surfing involved. I was just trying to think of a word that sounds like a confident person who knows what he's doing to go quickly through an area. And that's what I came up with. Okay. Get to here. Get the jar. Get the acid.
You scoop up the.
And flee. Nope. He refused to flee. But we don't have to wait for him to be dissolved. We can get back in business. Is it possible to come back to Space Quest 12 in Lady Roger form and watch Lady Roger get dissolved? Not that I want to. Why would I care about that?
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is I'm not some sort of
Scoop up the slightly
misogynistic
secretion.
acid torture
Better
pervert.
get away now before it scoops you
I was
up.
just thinking about assets and how many unique assets they created in this game. I believe that's all there is in the sewers except leaving. Unless there was another thing I missed that later on will have me loading back to here to do it all again, but also getting the, you know, the transducer or something. We climb up. We watch them land. I should leave now. You solved the puzzle. Click the move icon to move. Time to make a beeline for the time pod. Oh, but they're here to kill me.
We're glad.
Well, I shouldn't have made that save. Let me try one more time. Can I act fast enough here to get to the hiding spot before they come in? Oh, wait, they'll just find me anyway. I need to just try to leave. I think I can act fast enough. I think there's a slight RNG element to how quickly they arrive. Or maybe I actually did just pause for several seconds like a fool, despite knowing I was in this time crunch to not get shot.
This seems to be a relatively spacious landing gear compartment. Wonder how cramped it gets in there when the gear is stowed.
I'm gonna find out together, baby. About 20 minutes to see if I can make up all my progress. I mean, if I don't, it's not the end of the world. We'll just get going next time. The bunny thing had been eating at me. And ultimately, it doesn't matter. But I could have just come in. I could have come in right at the start and said, like, I just feel like I should have got that bunny and tried again. As it happens, because of how adventure game progress works, a lot of it happens up here. I know what to do now for a bunch of things, including things that I hadn't done before today. So, is it here that I get the gum? I think it is.
I've just completed a scan of the Labians. No sign of Predator.
They say some stuff. I go over here. Is this not where they throw out the gum?
Halt!
We're glad you...
Okay. How exactly did this work? Was it just getting immediately into the time pod? Was it not moving at all? I feel like they had a larger interaction that didn't just involve quickly shooting me.
I've just no sign.
And yet, seems like perhaps not. So where did that gum come from after all? Okay. So, did I coincidentally guess this last time? Or perhaps more likely, does it just eventually work with a random connection? I'm going to try the exact one that I did last time. Or at least that it seems like was the one I did last time based on how well I was able to draw these symbols. That is what I told myself it was.
The powerful quad quark drives time and space.
And then...
And finally, nothing much happened.
Not a valid code. Try again. Womp womp. Okay. So last time, what probably is the solution here is literally after a certain number of guesses, you get it right. But let me try. What if it's a certain number of guesses, but I'm guessing the same thing? I'm curious.
The powerful quad time and nothing.
Okay. So then the big question, the follow-up question for myself becomes, am I going to need to return to World 10? And does that mean I'm going to have to write down whatever code it eventually accepts for me? Perhaps. But it'll still be displayed when I get there. If that's the case.
Powerful quad time and
it just worked that time, but does it take me to Space Quest 10? Or is this a much more open-ended game than it seems? Well, what do you know? Okay, so my guess is probably that means that we're going to be here in Space Quest 10 until we leave, and then we're never going to come back. But just in case. And you know what? It's an annoying puzzle solution. Just do it twice, and the second one you enter is the right code. But it also is kind of narratively suitable to Roger, who, his whole thing is stumbling into heroism. With the suspicion in mind that this was the answer, though, I should have just entered a same 6 characters code. Made it easier on myself, just in case I did need to know this for later. But that's not what I did, and here we are. So where do I find the gum? Or do I not find it at all because I was supposed to find it before and I just didn't remember and I left without it? There's only one way to find it. Actually, no, that's not true. There's more than one way that I could potentially find it. Hey, Latex Babe in the foreground.
You get the feeling you're not alone here.
Roger Wilco's senses, including that of plain sight of a lady over here, never let him down. Did I get in the water?
Don't mess with
Oh, no.
the water here.
I think it turned out to be last time that I had to go the other way first. Well, as we know now, I didn't necessarily memorize everything from the last session, but that's okay. Even if we run out of time, it just means at the start next time we do a little bit of redoing of stuff. And either way, while it's a little bit annoying, particularly just because of how obtuse the specific mechanics of the bunny solution were. Like, once I became fixated on it and was not trying to read cues, I was no longer dissuaded, and I was like, no, I'm going to try every stupid combination of things. And I was like, all right, the hiding place. What if I click on Roger with the hiding place? No. What if I click on the ground from the hiding place? Oh, okay, fine. I can forgive myself for not having gone through that exact thought process the first time. But it's annoying. Like, it is, it's not excellent design. Oh, right. Got to get caught by a bird somehow. But how?
It would serve.
What did I do to get kidnapped by a
As you
pterodactyl
look
last
around
time?
at the towering rocks,
And the gum is in the nest, I believe. But how do I get caught by the bird in the first place? I don't think it involves using any of these items. And it doesn't involve talking to myself. I wonder if it would be possible if I cross-referenced my other save and copied down the characters from the hint book and the gumwad and punched them into the time pod right now. is there also a progress gate on that code working, or can you totally break the game open? No, I don't think. Like down here is where you get caught by the Latex Babes, and I don't think that's going to happen until such time. Is there a screen here I was forgetting? No. I don't think the Latex Babe capture will come until after I've been captured by and escaped the Pteranodon or pterodactyl or whatever it is. So, how did that happen? What did I do? I do believe it did happen over here. I could be wrong. Is it just time gated? I won't load any saves. We're definitely not getting caught up to where we were. But that's okay. We still made progress in a sense. Not literal progress in the sense that I'm going to end with far fewer points than I had last time. But when I combine all the knowledge that I earned today with more time, I'm going to have more points. And probably be very close to the end of the Latex Babes of Estros segment of the game. My gut tells me 1 or 2 more Space Quest 5 through 9 or 11 time periods, maybe 2 or 3, maybe 1 or 2. 1 to 3, let's say. But it also really feels like we got to at least once go back to one of the originals. And so I'm interested to see if they will do the, it looks like what the remake looked like or would have looked like if they made a Space Quest 2 or 3 remake. Or
As you look around, it's you! It's you! Roger Wilco, Space Guy!
Well, I should have done that sooner. That's funny. Or did I forget some item that I had before that I somehow used to attract a pterodactyl? I don't think so. Am I missing a screen that I found before? Oh. No, that's nothing. Doesn't trigger anything. If I end up stuck on triggering this, fortunately, I have a pretty easy way to remind myself for next time, which is to watch a recording of myself doing it and feel bitter about how that guy has a great mustache. My stomach is ready for the moussaka. I don't know that the microphone is picking that up, but aha, there we go.
Whoa! What was that?
Move around a bunch, eventually be captured by pterodactyl. Or maybe week 2 of regrowth will go really well. So if I'm forced to rewatch to catch up on anything before next time, I'm just nodding approvingly. Saying, yeah, man, it's great. It's great having a mustache. I wonder if there's something you can do to get the pterodactyl to drop you just for a funny death. Because obviously you do not want that to happen. You want to get to the nest. I don't find Roger's face super consistent between the different kind of views we get of him.
You didn't much care for the landing either.
Ah, yes. That's where the gum comes from.
You frisk the skewered sequel policeman and turn up a paper-wrapped wad of used chewing gum.
I like that the time cops are called sequel policemen. That's a good gag. And then can I just leave?
Keep your hand.
Yep. And you had been prompted earlier to believe in your heart that you can follow your death. To your not death, I mean. You can follow the water. And does it immediately trigger the Latex Babes? Sure does. Hey, ladies.
You've got a lot of nerve coming back here, Roger Wilco. After leaving me the way you did, you male scum. This is the last woman you will ever dump on. Right, girls?
Right.
They're the Latex Babes of Estros, Clef.
I said that?
You said you had to be free to roam the galaxy.
Was that me?
You'll be sorrier than you look. We'll see to that.
Yeah.
Into the sub, fly boy.
They're not really matching her energy. It's true. Okay, I'll get in your sub. I mean, you don't even have to point your guns at me. The three of you could say, get in the sub with us, Roger.
You hope these women soon realize that they must
There's a reason
have
she's the
wrong
leader.
guy.
She's got all the charisma.
You're not sure what it is, but you bet it would look cool spewing through the propellers.
Does it go into the propellers? No.
This is Zandra. We are approaching checkpoint 6. Prepare to
Oops. Well, that wasn't super important dialogue,
the door.
but I did not mean to skip it. The narrator is great, though. It's an actual, like, I guess, famous radio presenter that they got to do the thing. I think that's Cedric was sharing a detail about him last week. And it's tonally perfect. Like, I don't think any of the voice acting, except obviously the sidekicks, the Latex Babe sidekicks. Otherwise, I don't think any of the voice acting is bad. I think some of it is serviceable. Some of it's pretty good. But the narrator is doing exactly what he should be doing. Like, he's nailing it.
Sit down.
Comfy, Mr. Wilco?
Hey, what are you doing?
That's how he lost his
Let me
pants
go,
at the start.
Witch?
Got zapped with the
Shut up.
depantsing
Your
gun.
whimpering sickens me. I'll teach you not to run out on me. Thorine is quite knowledgeable in the ways of torture. I'll let the two of you get acquainted. Thorine, do your stuff.
With pleasure, Zandra.
Let me introduce you to a friend of mine. This is Epirip 357, the most powerful hand-hair remover in the universe, and it's capable of shaving your legs clean off. I've always wanted to see a man shave with one of these, but I guess you'll do. Now you'll know the meaning of the word pain.
It's a sea slug! Run, girls!
They flee. Roger uses the pants remover very effectively in a moment here.
Desperately, you try to push the button, but the restraints are just too tight.
Wait, what was the secret to the restraints? Oh, it's that they come off. Boom. Give it a good zap. Throw the compressed air into the thing. Roger knows all about compressed air assassination. That's good continuity. Oh, ladies, I got time. We can do a little torture if you want.
Well, Raj, I guess we can call it even. Thank you for ridding our fortress of that slimy, awful sea slug. I know I can't blame you for backing out at the last minute. I guess I was a little overbearing. Sorry. Can we still be good friends?
Well, now, wait a minute. Let's talk about this.
No, Roger. You were right.
Like
You don't
Roger is much
need
more
to wear my
generically
game.
handsome in his dialogue
It just
portrait
wasn't meant to
than
be.
he is in any
It's
of
better
the
this
like more
way.
detailed action scenes,
Well, girls, I feel like
where
celebrating.
he seems like
Let's
he's
go
like
shopping.
15 years older than he looks in the handsome portrait, and not like in a way that made him look more distinguished.
Meanwhile, back in Space Quest 12.
Well, what have we here?
This is the rebel scum we captured in the Space Quest 4 time sector. He had just aided Wilco in escaping. The readout on his time gun indicates that Wilco was successfully transported into this time sector.
Yeah, it really does have that kind of vibe.
That is no longer a concern. Wilco will surrender to us once he has learned we have captured his son. Then he will be destroyed once and for all.
The moment when I became truly, utterly, like, just totally over The Force Awakens, which I thought was okay when I first saw it. But like the one thing that I thought was really, really good. I mean, there were a few things I thought were really good, even if they weren't fully realized. I don't think this part, like, that's not great. I can imagine ways in which the portrayal of the Latex Babe could have been a little bit less, a little bit more reflective of the satirical idea of, we're making fun of having a game in the series called Latex Babes of Estros. But now we're going to display the attitudes of people who you would think would make a game like that in earnest. Yeah, like there were good things in The Force Awakens, like the idea of an escaped, reformed, traumatized stormtrooper being one of the heroes. That's a cool idea. But like 10 seconds after Finn like joins the other heroes, he's just a quipping guy like the rest of them. Like his war trauma doesn't really seem to come up or play a role in his character. Not the actor's fault. Actor's great performance. But neither J.J. Abrams' script nor his direction asked him again to remember the whole thing that's supposed to make his character neat. But the thing that I thought was cool and that I left The Force Awakens thing was cool, which turned out to just me being an idiot, was the reveal of Snoke. Because I thought the giant projection of him was actually just a 1-to-1 projection of him. And I was like, that's an interesting touch to be like the new sinister emperor figure is also 60 feet tall. And then it just turned out he was a normal sized guy. And then they killed him off just for a shock moment before he ever did anything cool. And then I never went to see the third movie, but obviously, as we all know, the third movie starts by the crawl just being like, look, the Emperor's back. What did you expect? Like, what did you think I was going to do? I'm J.J. Abrams, bitch. Here are the things that I remember loving from when I watched Star Wars when I was a kid. The Emperor was the bad guy when I was a kid, so he's the bad guy now. I'm not going to explain why. Okay, so not quite caught up. In fact, more precisely, literally exactly where I was. But armed with a whole bunch of knowledge. We're going to get out of this mall reasonably quickly next time. Even if it means brute forcing the purchase of each and every one of those adapters until one of them does something. Or, hopefully, me figuring something out. That would be my preferred way to do it. But worst case scenario, we can try them all. And one of them will do something. We have an updated save. Okay. Okay. Good stuff. So there. It's a good sign that discovering I had been soft locked from about 20 minutes into my playthrough has not soured me in any way. I still I'm feeling like this is easily still in the running, and we got to see what more they get out of the time travel premise. I'm really interested to see. I believe strongly, and maybe I believe strongly and have also heard it before and just don't specifically remember hearing it before, that we're going to go back to at least Space Quest 1, 2, or 3. And I'm interested if that is indeed going to happen. Is it going to be VGA remake graphics, or will they do the gag of switching back to an EGA? I hope they do the EGA. But I'm open to the remake style too. So, got to withhold judgment, because you got to see the whole thing before you can say it's your favorite or that it's great or anything like that. But what I'll say for sure is that this feels like, oh, look at that. And hey, welcome, Jetaliers. Look at the mustache on that little guy. Oh, I could have always been looking up at the top left of the screen, I guess, and thinking, oh, man. Well, maybe soon. Or maybe never, if it turns out that my regrowth rate and my sudden newfound interest in drag prevent me from ever getting a full good mustache again. I don't know. Maybe the excitement will wear off. Maybe like 3 weeks from now, I'll be like, well, that was a weird brief period where I thought I wanted to do drag because I had fun doing drag for the student night. Who knows? Who knows? But I don't know. I am a man of vigorous enthusiasm. So we'll see. Is there some kind of serum you can get to speed up your mustache regrowth rate? Because that could really be love to see. But yeah, welcome, new follower. Glad to have you here. For everybody's information, what else do we do here, at least in the next week? Well, check it out, gang. Not in the regular time slot, but early in the morning, tomorrow, I'll be playing Ultima 7 Part 2, Serpent Isle. We are making our way to the north bit by bit, cleared through the dream world, to, of course, discover that next we need to solve this thing where an expedition of explorers to the north got stuck in the forest, and the leader went mad. He killed them all except for one. And, of course, we're going to solve that problem by running an errand. We got to find another guy, the Forest Master, and on from there. But perhaps eventually we'll get to see the Frozen North. I'm still inclined to say at some point I got to put Serpent Isle on hiatus, just because it feels naturally like the game is building to a climax in the north. But I've heard enough about the game to know that, in fact, I've heard people literally say the game goes on for a full game's length after you think it should have wrapped up. So it's quite plausible to me we're going to be doing Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword style revisiting of all the places we've already been to do another quest there. So I might just at some point have to say, all right, let's take a couple months off and do something else, just to keep enjoying this. But for now, we're doing Serpent Isle tomorrow morning, so that's cool. Greg and James beat 'em up. Me and my buddy Greg's ongoing exploration of the beat 'em up genre. We're trying to play them all. We're almost done through 1992. Is supposed to have been in a new time slot, Wednesday, except we weren't able to do either of the most recent Wednesdays. First, because of technical difficulties with Bluetooth and audio, and second, because of my hell week of the stuff where I'm busier than I ever am at any other point in the year. One of those things is definitely over, and I think the Bluetooth problems might be solved by the fact that I had even worse and different Bluetooth problems before we started, and I did a thing and I fixed that, and hopefully it fixed it all at once. I guess we're going to find out on Wednesday. Or maybe Greg just doesn't get to hear the music. We'll see. But we'll be at it Wednesday evening for the Wednesday debut of Greg and James Beat 'em Up, complete with our catchy new chiptune theme song, which we've played once, but we'll play it again. Play it at the start every time now. I'm working on the chiptune theme song for this show. Eventually, self-composed chiptune themes for every show. That'll be fun. That'll be fulfilling. I had a real bad period in my life from like early 20s to mid 30s, where the combination of having to work for a living and having undiagnosed ADHD really kind of killed all my my hobbies except for playing video games in my spare time. So once I got my brain working, first I became a streamer, and I've also introduced some other things, and I've tried to get back to music, and I learned how to draw. Not really how to draw very well, but I made a little pixel art of myself and some other pixel art stuff. Anyway, what am I babbling about? I don't know. Friday Night Frosthaven is in a Thursday residence for the rest of the year, so we'll be playing Friday Night Frosthaven on Thursday this week. We missed this past week, oddly enough, not because of my hell busy week, because of Greg. No hard feelings. Greg's allowed to have stuff to do. But we're going to get back to it. And then, before you know it, it'll be next Saturday. And here we'll be playing Space Quest 4. Roger Wilco and the Time Rippers. And we're going to get out of this mall, and we're going to go probably to wherever the 3 digits on the gum combined with the 3 digits from the... Not in that order, because the gum is obviously covering the start. So the 3 characters from the hint guide plus the 3 characters from the gum wrapper thing probably go together to take us to the next spot. We just got to get back to the time pot, and we're going to figure out how to do that together. All right. That's it. That's all. That's all there is. If you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left, then you cannot hear my voice. But I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until the next time, when, I mean, who knows what time it's going to be, right? It's a time travel game. Take care of yourselves. And be kind to everyone you meet.